Now, you will be wondering, if this is an organic chemistry course, why are we learning about life process? Chemistry is not an independent subject which you can learn without knowing about other interrelated subjects. Let us start with sociology. What is sociology? Sociology is studying about human society, its behavior and relationship. What is biology? The reactions that are occurring within the biological systems of the human beings. In sociology, we are only studying about the external behavior of the human being, but when we went into the human being, we are studying about biology and how biology and chemistry are related. Chemistry is the study of various chemical reactions which are fundamental processes occurring within the biological system. So, many of the biological processes are basically chemical reactions. How chemistry and physics are related? The chemical combination of molecules follow physical principles and rules. How liquids can mix? What is the temperature? What is the density? These are all the various physical parameters which are governed by the rules of physics. How mathematics is related to all these subjects? Mathematics is nothing but an abstract science which is the mother of all sciences. Any physical rule, theory or law you take, they have the mathematical derivations. So basically mathematics is the mother of all sciences. So to become an expert in chemistry, you not only need to know how the sociology, that is the human behavior, is happening, as well as you need to know about the physics and mathematics. By knowing all these subjects, it helps you understand the underlying principles of various parts of science. Let us look at some of the allotropes of carbon, because we are studying about chemistry, organic chemistry, where carbon is an important element. So we are going to look at some of the allotropic modifications of carbon. We have diamond, graphite, Buckminster fullerene, graphene and carbon nanotubes. These are the various allotropic modifications of carbon. You know the price of diamond is very expensive, whereas if you look at the graphite, it is damn cheap. It is used as a tip in your pencil. So you will be surprised to know that the diamond and graphite both are basically the allotropic modification of carbon. By applying different types of pressures during the formation, these two substances took different paths. Diamond took the tetrahedral route and the graphite took the hexagonal structure, and due to this their properties completely changed. Torben Bregman in 1770 was the first person to propose the difference between inorganic and organic substances. According to him, all the inorganic substances were obtained from mineral sources and all the organic substances were formed from living sources. Since organic substances were obtained from living sources, it was very difficult to isolate and purify, and moreover they decomposed very easily, so that's the reason it was difficult to work with these organic substances. But later on, Michael Eugene Cherwell in 1816 for the first time showed that an organic compound, that is an animal fat, can be converted to other substances without the help of vital force. In fact, we also need to know some important information, that is the vital force theory was another theory which were put forward by many scientists to explain how the origin of life happened. Before organic chemistry was developed, the vital force theory was the most important one. Although there are plenty of milestones in the development of organic chemistry, we will look at only few of them. Auguste Kekulé and Cooper in 1858 both said carbon had 4 affinity units. In other words, they had 4 valence, that is tetravalent. This is the first major proposal came for the organic chemistry. This is an answer to our earlier question that why carbon is unique. One of the uniqueness of carbon is its valency. Then later in 1865, Kekulé again said that carbon can form ring compounds. He proposed the currently accepted structure of benzene. Vathoff and Lebel proposed that carbon compounds can form regular tetrahedron with carbon at the center. We can actually have the 4 valency, which was first proposed by Kekulé, can be found on the 4 corners of a tetrahedron in a 3-dimensional arrangement. Let us look at the origin of organic compound. We already know many organic compounds can be found in biota. Graphite, diamond, Buckminster fullerene, graphene, carbon nanotubes are the different allotropic modifications of carbon. One important thing about carbon is carbon itself cannot be directly converted to other compounds, but we do need other elements like hydrogen, oxygen, sulfur, nitrogen to form different organic compounds. Many synthetic compounds are derived from fossil fuel, and if they are obtained from plant-based material, they are called as natural products. All our organic compounds finally get oxidized or they burn in oxygen to give carbon dioxide and water. Let us look at some of the sources of organic compounds. We have two major sources. One is the natural source and the other one is the artificial source or the non-natural source. In the natural source, it is further divided into two categories. One is the biotic and another one is the abiotic source. In the biotic source, we have plants or animals. Plant gives sugars, terpenoids and alkaloids. Animals produce proteins, fatty acids and lipids. In the abiotic world, we have fossil fuels, namely coal or petroleum products. We also have the carbon cycle photosynthesis. In the non-natural source, we have synthetic compounds. The synthetic compounds can be from organic compounds like drugs or dyes, plastics, etc. are produced from organic compounds. Or we also have organic compounds from inorganic sources like carbonates and cyanides. Let us look at some of the industrially important chemicals. C1 is a syngas, which is a combination of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. C2 is ethylene, C3 is propylene, and C4 is butadiene, and BTX is benzene, toluene and xylene. These are very important aromatic hydrocarbons. These compounds are formed or obtained from the petrochemical. All these compounds are petroleum byproducts. Let us look at the application of these various petrochemicals. The compounds syngas and ammonia can be used for the preparation of methanol, acetic acid, urea and phosgene. Ethylene can be converted into low density polyethylene or high density polyethylene. This is obtained after the polymerization reaction. Polyvinyl chloride, styrene, ethylene glycol, polyvinyl chloride, styrene, ethylene glycol all can be formed from ethylene. Propylene can be converted to polypropylene acrylonitrile and polypropylene glycol. Butadiene can be converted into maleic anhydride, rubber, etc. BTX, that is benzene, toluene and xylene can be converted to styrene, cumene, cyclohexane, adipic acid, caprolactam, aniline, etc. So these are all the various applications of petrochemicals. So far we have seen about the organic carbon. Now let us look at some of the different reactions of inorganic carbon atom. The first one is the combustion reaction. Here carbon and oxygen combine to form the carbon dioxide molecule. We also have a neutralization reaction when carbon dioxide reacts with the calcium hydroxide to give calcium carbonate, which is a neutralization reaction. And the acid rain actually uses formation of carbon dioxide. This is also used, the starting material is calcium carbonate. Carbon is present in this acid rain reaction. And similarly, for various energy production, the fossil fuel can be converted to carbon, carbon dioxide and energy. And the fossil fuel can be used in the manufacturing of plastics, or fossil fuel can be used when they are disposed. Fossil fuels leads to the formation of carbon dioxide, which is a greenhouse gas. Similarly, photosynthesis uses carbon dioxide, which is the inorganic source, which is getting converted to the organic compound. So this reaction is called basically the carbon fixation reaction. And respiration actually produces the decomposition of sugar, leads to the formation of carbon dioxide. And when we talk about the decomposition, organic carbon can be converted into new compounds.